Hi guys, good evening. And as discussed today, we'll try to understand what is Selenium Grid. Okay, so today's topic it's gonna be Selenium Grid. Okay, which was long pending item. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Now, when we talk about Selenium Grid, what is Selenium Grid? Okay, this is what we need to understand. Okay, so what they do normally in the industry is say Jay, say there are three people in the project. Okay, maybe there are three people. Now first Jay is there in the project. Okay, say Alkesh is there and Roshan is there. Okay, and say and there are other people, say Vishal is there. Okay, and say all of us will have, each one of us will have one computer. Okay, one computer, a laptop or a desktop. Okay, laptop or a desktop, laptop or a desktop. Okay, and say apart from this laptop or the desktop, okay, say there are some test pieces. Okay, test pieces. These test pieces are used by manual testing team or the automation team for just for testing. For example, you want to test your application on, say, Windows XP. Okay, because it's very unlikely that Jay or Alkesh or Roshan or Vishal using Windows XP in today's world. Okay, they will be definitely be using Windows 10 or else Windows 7. Okay, most probably Windows 10. So you might have different test pieces. For example, test PC, one is for Windows XP, one is for Vista. Okay, another one might be for, you want to test your application on Ubuntu. Okay, you might be testing your application on the Ubuntu or else Mac OS, right? Okay, on Mac. Okay, MAC. Okay, now you want to test your application on all these things. Okay, that is the first thing that you need to know. Now, one of the ways, you will take Windows XP, and you will configure everything there. Okay, you will have your Eclipse plus all the jar files, Eclipse plus code, your entire code, your framework or whatever code that you wrote, plus all the jar files and all the dependent files. Okay, there might be some other dependent file, project specific files. Okay, jar files like maybe Selenium standalone jar plus other libraries. You will set up everything on this Windows XP machine. Okay, your code will be there, everything. Okay, same way you might have the similar setup, okay, on Windows Vista. You might have some similar setup on Ubuntu or Mac. Okay, so whenever you want to run anything, okay, you want to test your application on Mac OS, you will run the Eclipse, you will run the code. Okay, inside your Eclipse you will definitely have the code, right? You will just run the code on that PC. Okay, and you will get the result. Okay, all of these things, any of these things will give you finally they will give you result. Correct, that's the thing. Okay, result, everything. So if you want to test your application on Windows Vista, probably you will run it on Windows Vista XP, your Windows XP or Ubuntu or Mac, any OS. Okay, this is one of the way. Okay, and believe me, around 70% of the Selenium projects still works in this way. Okay, and it is not a bad way as such, guys. Okay, believe me, it's not a bad way. If at all you are testing on just the test pieces, okay, it's not a bad way. You have all the Eclipse, all the codes, all the jar files, everything on one PC on the respective test pieces. Okay. For the other ways, what they will do is, say they will have one more PC. Okay, one more PC, or they might say they might have one more PC called as, one more test PC, and say it is Windows 7. Okay, Windows 7, because Windows 7 is one of the most stable uh, version of Windows. Okay, and it's one of the best. Okay, Windows 7 and Windows XP. Okay, other things, Vista, Windows 8. Okay, they had a lot of issues, guys. So okay, let's not get into which Windows flavor is better, but understand that these are the things. Okay, this is one of the setup. Okay, you want to run your all the test cases on XP, you will have the Eclipse configured in XP computer, Windows XP. You will have the code and everything that is needed on that computer. Similarly, on Vista, you will have all the code. Ubuntu, you will have all the code. Mac and Windows 7. Okay, all the codes you will have. This is one of the way. Okay, and believe me, around 70%. Okay, you can say, they are definitely using this kind of approach. Okay, the second approach is this. What, they will have all these things in one PC. Okay, say Windows 7 PC, they will have everything, all these things, whatever that is needed. Okay, and the other test PCs, okay, the other test PCs, they will have probably only the jar files, only the jar files, no code, only the jar files. They'll have only the jar files. Okay, jar files, or executable files. For example, you need to open Internet Explorer driver, you need an executable, right? You want to open the Chrome driver, you need an executable. Okay, so you will just have the jar files. Okay, and it will so happen that if you run the code, okay, you will run the code on Windows 7. Okay, and you will say that, okay, you will say that this code has to be run on a machine, Windows XP machine. Okay, you have all the setup. Say you have one code written inside the Eclipse of Windows 7 PC. Okay, in that code you will write saying that this script has to be executed on Windows XP PC. Okay, and you have to say Windows XP, and you might need to say that it's Firefox browser. Okay, then your Windows 7 PC automatically searches for all these test pieces, all the test PCs, and it will checks whether Windows XP is there. Yes, Windows XP is there. In that Windows XP, whether you have the Firefox installed and all those things, yes, it is installed. So it will execute this particular script on Windows XP. If you say it has to be executed on Mac OS, it will search all these test PCs. Okay, it will search all these test PCs. Okay, and it will check whether, first of all, Mac OS is there. Yes. Okay, now Mac OS, normally it is Safari. Okay, you want to execute on Safari browser. Okay, so it will check whether Mac has the Safari. Yes, by default it will definitely have. So it will go ahead and execute that script on Safari browser. What do you mean by executing the script? Say, okay, we'll see what do you mean by executing the script in a while. Okay, now if you say that, okay, no, you want to execute on Windows 7 itself, you want to execute on Windows 7, then it will check. Okay, yeah, Windows 7 is its own, it's the same PC. Okay, so it will execute it on itself. Okay, so this PC, the first PC, that Windows 7 PC, wherein we have all these codes and everything, okay, and where your result will be stored and everything, this will be called hub machine, hub PC. And these other things, okay, Windows XP, Vista, are called node PCs. Okay, node PCs. Okay, hub is the place wherein you will have all your code and whatever that is required for running the code. Okay, all the dependency jars, all your say you are reading data from Excel, all those Excels and everything will be there in your hub PC. Okay, and this hub also works like a node. Okay, for example, when you run your code, if it finds that you have told that it has to be executed on Windows 7, then it will check, okay, I myself is a Windows 7, so it will execute it on itself. Okay, execute it on itself. Okay, that is the thing. This is the concept behind Selenium Grid, guys. Okay, this is the concept behind Selenium Grid. Now, how the Selenium will identify that a particular system is a grid PC, or sorry, hub PC, and which is the node PC. Okay, that is the important thing to understand. Selenium should have some way of identifying that, okay, this is the hub PC and the other one is the node PC, something like that. Okay, now that is what we'll be learning next, guys. Okay, so hub PC is nothing but, it will have everything that is needed. For example, code, all the jar files. For example, if at all you are reading data from the Excel, all those Excels, everything will be on the hub. Okay, and this node PCs, okay, node PCs will just have Selenium standalone jar and some other libraries. For example, you need to open the Internet Explorer driver, you need that iDriver.exe. Okay, or else for Google Chrome, you need Chrome driver.exe. All those things will be there in the test PC. Okay, but in the hub PC, everything will be there. These libraries also, all the code also, and everything. Okay, so we'll be seeing what I'm trying to say. Now, first of all, you have to tell your Selenium that, okay, boss, this is my hub PC. Okay, this is my hub PC. How to tell your Selenium that this is my hub PC is very, very simple. Open the command prompt. Okay, and you see where is your Selenium standalone jar. Okay, say B20 framework path. See, this is my Selenium standalone jar. I don't want to use 3.x version. Instead, I'll use 3.53. Okay, so there is a command that is available to declare this machine as a hub machine. Okay, so I don't remember the command always, guys. Okay, so command declare hub. Okay, and I don't expect you guys to remember this, and this is the command, guys. That's it. This is the command. Okay, Selenium Java space hyphen jar, and you give that Selenium standalone jar. Okay, and what is my jar? What is the jar name that I have? It is this jar. So I will put this. I'll put this jar here. Okay, but the problem is my jar is somewhere. Okay, somewhere in the lib folder. So you have to give the complete path. Okay, now the complete path, for getting the complete path, I will give it in a notepad first of all. Okay, what I will write is, I will write java space hyphen jar. Just copy this. Okay, and the complete path is EB23 framework path lib EB23 framework path lib hyphen selenium. This is the complete path. So what you are saying, you execute this jar file at this location and you give role as hub. Okay, you give role as hub. So that is what this particular command means. Okay, so you are executing how to execute any jar file. This is the command to execute any jar file, guys. Okay, the highlighted command, java space hyphen jar, and you give the jar file path, exact path. Okay, and hyphen role is, you're saying that this particular machine should be treated as hub machine or hub computer. Okay, so I'll just remove this. Okay, whatever I have typed. Okay, so instead I will copy this and paste it and press enter. Okay, it will say launching Selenium Grid Hub. Okay, and I don't know what is this. Okay, sometimes you always give allow access. Okay, don't even worry about this. Okay, now you should get a message saying that Selenium Grid is up and running. So it means that you have declared this machine saying that this machine is a Selenium hub machine. Okay, now what does this mean? We will be able to understand in a while, guys. What does it mean? We'll be able to understand in a while. Okay, now if you go to this particular location, okay, this particular URL, okay, instead of localhost, you can always give your IP address. What is your IP address? Let me see what is my IP address. CMD IP config. Okay, say there are 5 computers. Okay, and see, this is my computer. Okay, whatever you guys are seeing, and say there are other 4 computers. Okay, for example, uh, Jai is having one computer, Alkesh is having one computer, and they want to access the grid console. They have to give my IP address and they have to give this port number 4444. That's because your Selenium Grid uses this port. Selenium Grid uses this port to communicate with outside world. Okay, to communicate with other node PCs and everything. Okay, this is the port number and this is the URL. Okay, grid and console. Now you will see this local host written local host. Okay, this will work. Local host will work only when I use this URL on my computer alone. Okay, but say even Alkesh has a computer, but if he wants to access my grid console, then he has to give the IP address. Okay, so don't ever write localhost as of now. Okay, just go there. You should always, if you want to access the grid console, you have to give that IP address of that grid machine and port number, and you have to say grid/console. And if I press enter, let's see whether it gives. Yeah, so when you see your grid console, you will have everything blank. Okay, everything blank. Okay, and don't be worried what is this config, view config and all. Okay, I don't even have much idea about what is this grid config. Okay, and one more thing I want you to understand is, look at this particular space. Okay, here. Okay, because this is where very important thing that you're gonna see. Okay, this is where something important thing that you're gonna see. Okay, now this is your grid console. Okay, you can, what is this grid console means? Grid consoles will basically show you how many node machines are there, how many node machines are there. and what browsers they have. What browsers they have. That is what your grid. That is what your grid console will show you. Okay. Right now it is not showing because we have only one hub. We don't have a node machine. We have a node machine. Now the next step is to declare a machine as node. Okay. You declare a machine as node. Now if you see this here, okay, if you see this here, this particular URL, it says if any node wants to register on this grid, okay, it should be like this. Okay, now this is the grid machine, whatever you guys are seeing, and the grid is up and running, it says. Okay, say this is Windows 10 computer. Okay, Windows 7 computer. We have made this as grid. Okay, this as grid. Now if I want to make XP as the node machine, then XP machine should request your grid that I want to register as a node on this grid. Okay, XP should request. Similarly, if you want Mac to register as a node machine, Mac should go ahead and ask your grid machine saying that please accept me as a node machine. Okay, that is what it will basically, the request has to go through the grid machine. Okay, and request should be, that's what it is saying here, the request should be sent to this particular URL, guys, this particular URL. Okay, this particular URL, and it is giving the IP here. See, IP is also there. Okay, because it doesn't give localhost, because localhost always refers to own computer. On Alkesh computer, if he types localhost here instead of IP, if he types localhost, it will try to search a grid on his computer, but there is no grid on his computer. Grid is there on my computer right now. Okay, so look at this particular line which says node should register on HTTP, this one. Okay, I'll tell you how to make use of this particular line. Okay, that is the thing. Now when I have something like this, the next step is how we got command to declare hub in Selenium. We should search for command to declare node in Selenium. Okay, node in Selenium. Okay, and I'll go to the same website. Okay, it will be somewhere over here. Okay, it says the command is this. Okay, we'll study this command. What does this command means? Okay, the hub command we have already studied. This is the node command. Okay, what it says is java -space jar. Okay, now the path, this particular path will be the path on node machine. Node machine should have this particular jar. Okay, say I will make this itself as a, this computer itself node as a node as well as grid. Okay, and I will create one more folder called node. Okay, node. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'll use the similar path. Okay, but I will say slash after lib slash node and slash. Okay, this is the address of Selenium standalone jar on node machine. This is important to know, guys. Okay, right now I'm making same computer as node as well as hub, because it is legal in Selenium, because I said, right, if you want to execute on Windows 7, it has to be executed here. There is no other Windows 7. So same computer can be node as well as grid. Okay, but you might have different computers. For example, you might have a Windows XP. Okay, and in Windows XP you have stored your Selenium standalone jar in this location, then give that particular location, whatever this particular location, whatever I have highlighted, that's the location of Selenium standalone jar, or the path of the Selenium standalone jar on the node machine. Okay, on the node machine. Okay, now you will say, because this particular line you have to execute on the node machine, the first line, first command which is highlighted, that will be executed on the hub machine. We have already executed it, and it says Selenium hub is up and running, and if node wants to register, they have to register on this particular URL. But here, this particular second command which is highlighted right now, this has to be executed on node PC, and that's the reason you have to give this path of the node PC. This is very important to know, guys. Okay, and you are saying previously for the hub PC you have said role is hub, for the node PC you are saying role is node, and you are saying, and this part it says hub and HTTP. What you are trying to say here is hub hyphen hub HTTP, this one, this particular part, what you're trying to say is register on this particular hub. Okay, but what is the location of our hub? This is the location. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it. Okay, paste it. Now if on any of the computers, say I have one more computer, Windows XP, I just need to execute this particular line, in the command prompt. Okay, as of now I'm not going with one more computer. Consider the same this computer itself as one more computer. I'll say CMD, and I will paste this entire line and I'll press enter. Okay, see, it says launching Selenium Grid, and at the end it says registering node to the hub, because this is our hub thing. Okay, hub address, and node is registered to the hub and ready to use. Okay, it says this is what you will get if you execute on any of the PC, but provided all those PCs are on the same network. Okay, in any company they will be on the same network in most of the cases. Okay, that is the headache of your network manager. Okay, you need not be worried about all those things. Okay, same network, keeping the computers on the same network and all, it's not your job, it's the job of your network administrator. Okay, so don't be worried. But now one thing is for sure, node is registered to the hub and ready to use. Now what if I refresh this pages, you will gonna see one node PC here. Okay, one node PC here. I'll go ahead and refresh now. See, it has node PC, and it says Windows 10 is the OS. That's because I'm running it on the same computer, and this is the Windows 10 computer. Okay, so basically here I have made same computer as node, sorry, hub, and the same computer as the node. Okay, but ideally you can make node as any computer on the same network. Okay, any computer on the same network, and you guys can see this information about this node. It has web, what is this, uh, Firefox driver, Internet Explorer driver, and the Chrome driver. Firefox driver, Internet Explorer driver, and Chrome driver. That's it. We are all set, guys. We are all set. Okay, now next thing is to write the code. Okay, now our hub is ready, node is ready. Okay, say I want to write the code something like this. Okay, just a minute. Great. If I write, say, I'll say one. I'm creating one class like this, and if I write something like web driver is equal to new of Firefox driver. This is all we have seen. What's gonna happen is there is no, it will just open the Firefox driver. Okay, Firefox driver on the same PC. On the same PC. Okay, it will open the Firefox driver. But instead of writing like this, if I write something called as web driver is equal to new of remote WebDriver. There is a class called remote WebDriver. Okay, remote WebDriver. Okay, and don't worry, this remote WebDriver constructor takes two arguments. One is URL, object of URL class, and one more is object of desired capabilities. What are these? We will discuss. Okay, what are these? We will discuss. Okay, so understand this. This line number 10 will open browser without grid, but line number 13 will open the browser with the grid formation. Okay, how does it work? I'll tell you. Okay, so let's remove this line number 10 altogether. Okay, I'll remove it. Okay, so first of all, in order to call this, create the object of remote WebDriver, you have to create first the object of, it takes two arguments. Okay, one is WebDriver. I was searching for one URL, and yeah, I was searching for this. Okay, it takes two arguments. One is URL and one more is something called its desired capability. Okay, now what is that URL? URL is, say you have to create the object of URL class. URL from the java.net. Select one from the java.net. Don't select any other thing. URL, create URL. Some variable name is equal to new of URL, new of URL, and here what URL you have to give is, you have to give the grid URL. Okay, because you want to execute this script using the Selenium grid. So grid URL. Now if I go ahead and see, it will be right here. Okay, what exactly grid URL is. Yes, see, your grid URL is, here it says localhost wwd hyphen hub, but your grid URL is, instead of localhost, you copy this particular thing, copy and go in here. This is the grid URL, but here now you are not trying to access the console. Instead, you are trying to access the grid itself. Okay, not the grid console. Okay, so you will give some URL like this. Okay, some URL like this, and you will pass that URL here. Okay, that's the first thing. What you are saying here by passing this URL, you are saying I want to execute it on the grid, and grid will decide if there are 4 node PCs. One is XP, Mac, okay, Ubuntu, okay. There are 4 PCs, okay, and this is your hub machine. I'm saying execute on the hub, and hub will decide whether it to be executed on the XP machine and or Mac machine or the Ubuntu machine. Hub will decide. How the hub will decide is very simple. The hub will decide based on this desired capability what we provide. Okay, now what is this desired capability? We'll see. There is a class called desired capability in Selenium capabilities, CAP I'll say, okay, and I'll pass and I'll say is equal to desired capabilities dot, say I want to run it on Firefox, I will say Firefox, okay, and I will pass this capabilities here. Okay, I have said, okay, what is this? Okay, now it throws an unhandled exceptions, okay, so I will just say throws, I'll use this throws things, okay, it throws a checked exception, okay. We have told, okay, run it on Firefox, but we have not told whether it has to be run on Windows 7 or Windows XP. So you can say cap dot set platform. Okay, there is a method called set platform in desired capabilities class, and you have to say platform dot, there is a class called platform. In that platform class, I will say it has to be executed on Windows 10. That's because I have only the Windows 10 machine now, okay, and it says this if you see here, this particular node, its OS is Windows 10, that is what it says. So that is the reason I am passing Windows 10, okay, Windows 10. That's it, I'm all set, guys. This is the only code that you need to write, okay. Now what happens is, you are telling here open a WebDriver, okay, and you are saying give that command to grid, okay, give that command to grid, okay. That's the reason we are giving the grid URL, and grid will decide to whom, to which PC it has to give. Say there is a PC, there is a test PC or the node PC, XP PC, okay, and there is Mac, and there is Windows 7, Windows 10, okay, Windows 10. Now depending on the desired capability what you set, whether the platform is Windows 10, it will execute that particular script on Windows 10 machine. If the platform is, if you say platform dot Mac, it will execute on Mac OS, okay. It will try to see whether the Mac OS has Firefox, but before that Mac OS has to be registered on this hub. Right now only one PC is registered, that is Windows 10 PC, because I'm making the same PC as hub also, node also, and we have seen how to register, okay, and how to register it is whether it's a Mac or any other OS, the methods will be same. There is nothing, no change in that method, guys. How will you register on the thing? Okay, probably you have to do the same thing, okay, and you have to give the location of Selenium standalone jar on the Mac, okay. That's the only thing, guys. Now that's it. Apart from that, we are saying now the Mac, but I don't have Mac as the node machine, I just have Windows 10. I will say Windows 10, okay. Now it will try to open the Firefox. It will first give this command to hub, okay. When you say remote of WebDriver and you are giving this grid URL, okay, grid URL, that is hub URL, The hub will decide whether, say, there are Windows 10, Windows 7, okay, depending on capability set, they will open the browser or run the hub will run the script on Windows 10. If at all you say platform as Windows 10, if you say platform as Mac, it will open it in Mac computer, okay, and that's it. And if you say driver dot get and you pass something, for example, something like this, that's it. And as Jay was asking, it is not something very much different, guys. Okay, what is that? Remote WebDriver is nothing. It's just a class. Okay, string cannot be cast into Java map. Okay, there is some error here. Okay, so let's see 19.java. Okay, cannot cast to Java util dot. URL capabilities. Yeah, we are passing the same thing. We are giving the URL class and we are giving the capabilities class. Okay, let's see how they are doing it. Okay, they are not declaring. Okay, the same thing they're doing. Name of URL and hub pc wd.hub. That's what I'm saying, right? Wd dot. Okay, I'm sorry. It has to be hub, maybe. Yeah, that's what the problem is. Okay, it has to say wd. What is this web wd? You might be thinking. Okay, see this, when if you see the console, there are two things. Okay, two things. One is remote control. It's Selenium 1.0. Selenium 1.0, but we are all learning Selenium 2.0 because Selenium 2.0 is used by around 98% of the people, because Selenium 1.0 has been deprecated back in 2011 itself. Okay, so we are using the Selenium 2.0. So this WD here, whether to execute it on a web driver, that is what we are doing. That is the reason we are giving WD if it is WebDriver. But if you want to run it on legacy system, that is remote control, Selenium 1.0, okay, then you can specify something else for instead of WD. Okay, but for all of us it will be always be WD. Okay, what is that something else? I don't know. Okay, but instead of maybe RC you have to say. Okay, I don't know. That is the thing. So I say wd/hub, okay, because I'm giving this command to hub, and I'm letting hub to decide on which computer it has to execute. Okay, because sometimes you will have, there will be two Windows 10 computers. Okay, and both computers might have Firefox. Okay, then it's up to hub whether to if there are two machines, hub will decide whether which one to give. Okay, and there is no such algorithm and okay, hub takes care of all those things. Okay, that's the main use of hub, guys. Okay, and as I said, this code will only be residing inside hub machine. Okay, the nodes will not have any of this code. Okay, that is one more important thing to know. Okay, now there is some problem, I believe. It's not opening. Is there any error? No. Is there any error? trying to create a new session, on the test slot. Okay, let's see, let's do it again. Got a request to create a session. Capabilities, browser name is Firefox. Available nodes. Let's see whether it opens. Okay. No, for some reason it is not opening the Firefox. That's the problem, guys. Okay. See, it is actually executing, but we are not able to see it. It's trying to get it, because if you see, we have executed it twice, and it is saying, it is like kind of a grayed out. Okay, because two times we have executed. Okay, so there is some problem here. We'll stop the node, guys. Okay, Control C. Creating a new session for capabilities. Is it still trying? Maybe. Yes, it was taking much time, guys. Okay, that is the only thing, but it was definitely doing it. I thought of stopping it, but yeah, it opened the browser, but why it is not giving us? Oh, okay, this was the first thing. Now this is the second thing. It is taking some time, guys. Okay, and that all happens because your computer should be up to date with all the your ports and all those things should be up to date for all these things to work. Okay, port, or you should not have any expired what do you call this, antivirus and all, because expired antivirus will always will block some or other ports and all those things. Okay, so it is working actually. Okay, initially it took some time, and I was about to stop it. Okay, now if you see here, okay, this is the grid console. Okay, and you, whatever it is doing, it will do here as well. Okay, it will show you here as well. Okay, so this is in the simplest form. It is grid, what you are seeing. Okay, say instead of desired capabilities of Firefox, I will say I want to open, what is that, Chrome. The same thing, you say the desired capability of Chrome, and the platform will remain the same. And you, for the Chrome, you have to say let's execute and see, okay, what happens. Because for Chrome we have to do two extra steps. What is those two extra steps? One extra step, that is setting the path. Okay, so it is giving you an error. Okay, it says we have not set the path. Okay, I will say system dot set property. The key is, I'll give key and value. This is the key, and the value is, you guys know, I mean, there should not be any doubt here that this is the Chrome driver. So I'll say this is the value slash Chrome driver.exe. Okay, you give double slash or you give single slash like this. Okay, I prefer giving single slash like this, otherwise it will consider it as an escape sequence and all those things. I have done the system.set property. Okay, and that I don't think there is any doubt here on line number 17. Okay, so If I run this, run as Java application, it is still giving you the same thing. Driver dot executable path is missing or something. Okay, so it, even though we are setting the executable path here, it is still not taking it for some reason. Okay, so these kinds of problems, actually it should work without doing any more changes. It should work. Okay, see, Selenium is an open source. Okay, so you everything doesn't work straightforward. Okay, because just imagine, okay, when QTP is charging a per license cost of 10 lakhs and you are getting the Selenium for no cost. Okay, so you should do some extra work. Okay, so everything will not be out of the box. Okay, so we have seen these kinds of errors. Okay, and grid, you will always see these kinds of problem with the grid. So instead what you can do is you do the set property. Okay, but before that what you can do is I'll stop this node. Okay, this is our node, right? I think so. Let's see. Yeah, this is our hub and this is the node. I'll stop it. Control C if I do. Yeah, it has stopped. SCLS. This is my node, and I have stopped my node. If I refresh this should go. Okay, it is still there. It's because of, you know, browser cache and all. Okay, but if you open it in incognito mode or something, it should not be there according to me. Okay, it's basically happens because of the browser cache. Okay, still it is showing. Okay, but definitely it's because of the browser cache, guys. Okay, it might go after some time. Okay, but don't worry, I've stopped the grid now. Okay, I've stopped the grid. So this is what we have executed on the grid. Okay, but apart from this, you can give the executable path for your Chrome. For example, you can say, I'll Google it, give Chrome executable register node. Okay, in the register node command, I want to give executable for the grid. Okay, so this is the line, guys. Okay, this is there on the Selenium hq.org. This is the line here. I am copying it. Okay, you can directly go to Selenium hq.org, and what I'll do is I will queue this line. What I'm saying here. Okay, I'm added this in the register node. I'm saying my Chrome driver is at this particular location, and the location is for my Chrome driver, the location is this. Okay, and this again the location on your node machine, guys. Location on your node machine. Okay, so we got this. Now I will run the grid again. Okay, let me refresh. At least still no, now it has gone, see, the grid, because grid has stopped. Okay, so it takes some time. Okay, it's not very much perfect, that's to be frank, guys. Okay, now this time I'm saying my Chrome driver is at this particular location. I'm saying it while registering the node itself, because this one should work now. Okay, I'm sorry, I have done some mistake here. I should say java space hyphen jar, and you have to give the jar location, and maybe here, let me see where they are giving it in seleniumhq.org. Java space, okay, after Java they are giving. Okay, I have given this thing here. Okay, I'm saying the location for my webdriver.chrome.driver is this, and then I'm executing this jar file, and I'm saying register this PC as node on this hub. Okay, this particular hub, that is the one highlighted hub. So I'll try to execute now. Again, I'll say CLS first and then I'll paste it. Could not load the main class. D webdriver.chrome.driver. Okay, so here is the problem. The problem is when you write in Java, slash I have given like this, but your actual slash is like this, right? Because this is the location of something, and your command prompt takes like this. Okay, this should be the problem. Whatever you are seeing, you will keep seeing these kinds of problem, and on the hub, it is more of your what do you call this, the general knowledge, guys. Okay, instead of saying anything else, it's more of your general knowledge, how you handle your computer and all. Could not find or load the main WebDriver. D webdriver.chrome.driver. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so here is some problem. Okay, to start the node, D WebDriver, that is what it says, right? I mean, what they are saying. You can also set the grid nodes that are configured with the JSON configuration file. Okay, I'm not gonna go for JSON configuration file. Chrome driver.exe. Is this the correct path? Yeah, Chrome driver.exe is the correct path. Okay, let's see whether they have written anywhere here. No. Okay. Java the WebDriver Chrome.driver. Okay, is this should be hyphen maybe? Java space hyphen. Yeah, that was the problem. Okay, we missed out on hyphen. That's the thing. But this is the new thing. Okay, I'll just paste it. Okay, this is basically the location of your jar files. Okay, now my node is also registered to the hub. Now if I run this, it should work, because we have seen these kinds of problem in the company also. Okay, it should open the Firefox, oh sorry, Chrome, because we said the desired capabilities as Chrome. It's taking some time. Let's wait. And if you refresh this, you should see the Chrome. Yeah, it has taken one session. Okay, let's see, because last time also it took some time for the first time to work. It should open the Chrome driver, and once this part is over, everything else will remain the same, guys. Okay, there is absolutely no change. Everything else will remain the same. The only thing is, if you see at the node command, you need to have this Selenium standalone jar on your node. That's it. Selenium standalone jar and the Chrome driver. Similarly, you can give the IE driver also. Okay, after Chrome driver, you can give IE driver also. Okay, if you find any difficulty. Okay, otherwise, actually, it should work without even you giving you in the node. But it's open source. It always doesn't work the way we want it to. And if you use Selenium 3.x, you will find a lot of other bugs in the Selenium. Okay, so better not to touch Selenium 3.x. There is absolutely no change, but most of the things will not work. Even the driver.close and driver.quit is not working the way we want. No, driver.close is not working, I believe, in Selenium 3.x, but driver.quit will work. It's taking a lot of time here. Trying to create a new session to test slot, WebDriver, and Chrome driver. And many people ask me, like, how to change this port number to 4444. Okay, just Google it, guys, how to change it. Okay, and you should be someone or other person would have given that particular thing. Okay, when you are registering, starting your grid itself, you can do that. You can say start the grid on so and so port. Okay, instead of directly saying this, you can also give the port number, but I don't see any real reason to do that. Okay, that's the only thing, guys. And your all nodes by default will talk to the hub on 555. Okay, so for node to communicate with the hub, nodes 555, say Windows XP, machines, node port number 5555, that is 4 times 5, should be open and available. For the grid to communicate with the outside world, the port number 4444 should be available, guys. Okay, for some reason it is taking more time. I don't know why it is so. Run as Java application. I'm trying it again. But we are definitely not getting that error now. Okay, exception saying that it could not locate the Chrome driver .exe. And let me see one more thing here. The Chrome driver what I'm using, is it the latest Chrome driver? Let me check. That might be also an issue. I mean, we never know, guys. This Chrome driver, I got it on 26th of Feb 2017. Maybe there's a better Chrome driver Okay, I'll go to seleniumhq.org. I'll go to download sections and I will go try to download Chrome driver Win32 because Win64 is not there. I got this. I'll put it here and I'll delete the older one. Okay, I'll unzip this, extract all, I'll say, because sometimes that will be an issue, guys. Okay, you are not using the latest version of Chrome driver because Chrome is something which you cannot say for sure. Okay, so path will remain the same. Let's try to run it. Let me stop this first. Let me run this, guys. Yeah, let's see. Still not working. Okay, maybe system.set property is creating the problem because we have already set that property in the node machine. It is using one session, that's for sure. But it is just that we are not able to see it. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let's do one more thing. I'm not sure what is the problem. Let me stop the grid and stop the node, both. Okay, it will not get immediately cleared sometimes. Yeah, got cleared, fine. So let me start the hub again, cmd, and let me start once hub is ready. The hub is up and running. So let me start the node. I'm making the node and hub as the same computer here, but you can have different computers. Okay, that's the thing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll try to run it again now, because maybe there was some problem with that hub and node configuration. What I mean, since yeah, that was the problem, guys. Okay, only the restart was necessary. See, it just opened immediately. It opened, in fact. Okay, if I close this, turn off. If I close this, if I run this again, Java application, it should immediately work. Yeah, it's opening here down at the bottom, and it is going to set up hub and node. Okay, so that's it. Similarly, you can go for Internet Explorer driver or anything. Okay, it's simple. Okay, there is nothing much you need to do. Only two things. One is you have to execute this command on the hub PC. You have to execute this command on all the node PCs. Okay, and apart from the Chrome driver.exe, you might give iDriver.exe like this. Okay, for iDriver also you might give somewhere over here. Okay, like that. And this you have to give the address of this hub PC. That's it. So for the first command on the hub PC, the next command on the node PC, and then the code is simple. Okay, you create the object of URL class, you create the object of desired capabilities, wherein you set the browser and the platform, and you say remote of WebDriver. Then your hub PC will decide, or Selenium Grid will decide on which machine it has to be executed, and it will decide on the basis of Chrome what you set in the desired capabilities, the platform on and the browser. Okay, so that's it guys. There is nothing more than this which you need to really know about Selenium Grid. Okay, and yeah, as far as changing those port numbers, if you really want to dig more deeper, you can go ahead and you know uh, see those things in more details guys. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks a lot guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.